Man was shocked to realize that the Rolls-Royce that almost hit his daughter was the exact same one his wife drove to work that morning, but the person who stepped out of the car was a complete stranger. The man arrogantly cursed out the father and daughter, mocking them for thinking poor people like them belonged there. Then his son pulled out his phone and started filming the father and daughter riding their bicycle, saying he was going to post it on the school forum to humiliate them. The little girl was just about to step forward and argue back, but her father stopped her, saying the most important thing right now was her award ceremony, and that they could deal with this later. Seeing that, the father and son thought they were scared, so they rushed over and kicked their bicycle to the ground. Little did they know, the more arrogant they acted now, the harder they would cry later. Soon after the group entered the school auditorium, the vice principal stood on stage and announced that the little girl had won the highest award in the national science competition. The boy's father immediately stood up and objected, publicly shouting that the award should belong to his son instead. He even offered $10 million to buy the title, because the first place winner would get the chance to study abroad at a top university, so he was willing to spend whatever it took to get that honor. At that moment, the man noticed the black card in the other man's hand was actually the supplementary card he got for his wife, suppressing the anger boiling inside him. The man decided to settle things with his wife after the ceremony ended, but to everyone's shock, the money-hungry vice principal actually planned to give the girl's trophy to the other boy. The little girl immediately hugged the trophy tightly and said the boy didn't deserve it, but the boy instantly pulled out the photos he had taken earlier and publicly mocked the girl's poor family background. Several parents in the audience who wanted to suck up to them also joined in humiliating the girl, claiming she was probably just a poor student the school brought in to boost their graduation rate. What made everyone even angrier was that the boy started putting his hands on the girl right in public. Thankfully, her father rushed onto the stage and stopped him in time. Meanwhile, the arrogant scumbag still had no idea that just moments earlier, the man had already called and frozen the black card. Sure enough, when he tried swiping it, not a single dollar would go through. The other parents instantly started mocking him, calling him a fake rich man. Panicking, he quickly called a woman for help, demanding she transfer $50 million to him immediately. Hearing his wife's familiar voice on the other end of the call, the man finally realized that his wife had completely betrayed their marriage. The very next second, he received a call from his wife, saying she urgently needed $50 million and telling him to transfer it right away. The man directly refused and hung up on her, but the boy's father thought the whole thing was just an act. Then a text message suddenly popped up saying $50 million had been deposited. At almost the exact same moment, the man also received a company transfer notification on his own phone. Only then did he realize that his wife had secretly misused company funds, and at that moment, he completely lost all hope in her. After the vice principal received the $20 million transfer from the scumbag, he immediately called security over to throw the father and daughter out of the auditorium. But unexpectedly, the boy's father waved his hand and announced he would donate $40 million instead. The moment those words came out, everyone burst into laughter, saying there was no way a man riding a bicycle could possibly donate $40 million unless he happened to be the richest man in Haicheng. Too lazy to argue with them, the man directly proved himself with actions. The next second, the principal received a $40 million transfer. Seeing this, the scumbag gritted his teeth and donated another $30 million, trying to overpower the man completely. Little did he know, that amount of money meant absolutely nothing to him. Then the man casually donated another $15 million and boldly declared that no matter how much the other side donated, he would always donate $5 million more. Hearing this, the scumbag instantly exploded in anger and warned them to hand over the award immediately, then kneel down and apologize. Otherwise, he would tell his wife to make sure they could never survive in Haicheng again. His son even pulled out a family photo, claiming that the famous female billionaire of Haicheng was his mother. He thought this would scare the father and daughter into backing down, but the man simply said, "If you've got the guts, then donate $100 million. To everyone's surprise, the scumbag really fell for the provocation and actually offered 10% of the shares from Yunding Group just to crush the man completely. He even shamelessly declared that his wife's property belonged to him too. The moment the vice principal heard about the 10% shares, his face instantly lit up with excitement, and he immediately ordered the little girl to apologize to the boy, otherwise she would be expelled from school. The man let out a cold laugh and reminded the vice principal, "Shouldn't you first confirm whether he can really donate those shares so casually?" But the scumbag didn't panic at all after hearing that. Instead, he arrogantly declared that his wife would be arriving very soon, and when she got there, the father and daughter would be completely finished. Right as he finished speaking, a security guard suddenly walked in and announced that the honored guest from Yunding Group had arrived.
Huh?